Welcome back to Vee Vlogs. Today's video is going to be a bit more on the serious side because Ty and I are going to open up to you about our anxiety problems, what our symptoms are, and how we deal with it, because I know a lot of you guys go through the exact same thing, and I think it's just a good thing to talk about every once in a while. So
needless to say, I'm pretty nervous talking about it.
You look so nervous.
I look like I'm just on the verge of like a psychotic break.
No.
About 60% of the time.
No, you look stable.
Do you mean like mentally stable or the thing you keep horses in? Because it can be argued both ways.
Oh my gosh, Ty. Anyways, we're gonna start off this video unboxing something really excited because today's video is sponsored by Y&M weighted blankets. I am so excited.
Like, this thing's got heft to it.
It's like, supposed to.
When I thought about weighted blankets before, I thought they were gonna be, you know, like something along the edges or something that just kind of pulled the blanket down. But it was still kind of like the regular material on the inside. But this thing feels like it's not like just heavy on certain spots. The whole thing
Oh yeah, I'm excited. That's what you want it to be. Like, this is goals. It's amazing. Let's take it out. And the color's so nice too.
It's a nice neutral tone.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
It's got a flopper out for you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gonna be so comforting, Ty. I'm so excited. Oh, it's a really good size. This is like one of those blankets where you can either use it by yourself or like have it over like 2 or 3 people.
This is like the ultimate couch nap blanket.
It is.
It's like, this is what I need for my naps. I'm just getting the counter ready for a nap.
The Y&M weighted blankets can be used for multiple reasons or purposes. The main one that I would probably use it for is anxiety and sleep issues, because people with anxiety, a lot of the times having something weighted over them really helps to soothe and calm them. So this weighted blanket's really, really good for that, especially if you have anxiety where you're shaking and like you can't really control your body movements. This is a really great thing to throw over you to kind of help. If you're having sleep issues, a lot of people find that having something weighted over you is also comforting and like almost stress relieving. So really there's so many different things you can use this blanket for, which is amazing.
I think this is probably really good, especially for anybody like with restless leg syndrome or have trouble moving too much in their sleep. Well, this thing will definitely put anybody who moves too much in their sleep to rest really well. I think we should try it.
I think we should.
I'm ready for my nap.
The fact that Ty takes up the whole entire couch.
More than the whole couch, like a couch and a half. We need a longer couch.
And just to show you like how weighted it is, like for me to lift it, it's like, it takes quite a bit of energy.
20 minutes later.
Bean? He's sleeping. He's just too comfy. So in all seriousness, guys, this blanket is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to start using it. It comes in a variety of different colors, different sizes. So there's a bunch of stuff you can look at. Their website link is down below in the description.
So having tried it, I can vouch for it. It's actually really nice. Like, this thing is a lot heavier than I thought it was gonna be, but that's not a bad thing.
At all.
No. I know like there's some people who have weighted blankets and they just like are heavier, but like that just filled with more stuffing. This has some good weight to it and it really does feel like you're being hugged. It does. Like, just even taking a nap, it was actually really easy for me to get to sleep, especially with my insomnia. It does wonders.
The goal is to feel like a comforting hug, which it does. So thank you Y&M Weighted Blankets for sending us this. We can't wait to use it. And yeah, check out the link down below in the description. So we wanted to kind of just sit down and chat with you guys for a bit, have some like real talks, you know what I mean? Mainly about like different ways that anxiety is sort of represented. Is that a good word? Presented, sorry. Different ways anxiety is presented, because Ty and I are totally different and we both have anxiety, and I've talked a bit about mine before. I don't think he's ever really gotten into his. With me, I like shut down and don't really want to talk to anybody, and I like to just sort of process things in my mind and sort of be by myself for a while, and that's just how mine has always been, and it takes me like a day to get out of it, but I think Ty sort of is a little
Well,
bit
I can talk about your anxiety because
you see it all the time.
I see it all the time. Like, I know with Jessii, especially when she shuts down. With me, I have issues because when I'm anxious and all that, I want to try and help people out. And when I see someone else who is anxious or having an attack or anything, I want to help them feel better so they're not going through it. But with Jessii, when she shuts down, she doesn't want to talk to anybody. And she gives off the impression that she's very upset with something, but you don't know what it is. If I was somebody who did not understand anxiety, I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Yeah.
But with me, with my anxiety, I know that I just have to try my best not to take it personally.
Yeah.
I do kind of sometimes.
Yeah.
I said a little bit about how when I'm anxious, I just want to help people. Because with me, my anxiety is always more so that I have something in my head that there's something that has to be done. I don't know what it is, but it has to be done. Or I did something wrong, I have to find out what I did.
Yeah.
All the time, all day, every day. It started for me when I was a little kid with my animals that we had. We had a lot of animals. We lived on a farm. We had like 8 horses, 4 dogs, 4 cats inside, and countless cats outside. And I was always scared, especially because there's wildlife outside. Coyotes, wolves, and all that. They can get the cats. They might bother the horses or anything. And I didn't want to leave them outside at night. And this is also where my insomnia came in. Because I would lay awake at night thinking, oh no, I might have left a gate in the barn open, or one of the dogs are outside or something like this and they're gonna get eaten by an animal.
Yeah.
So I would get up countless times in the night and I have to go out and count things. So everything had a number. I think there were 20 things in the barn that I had to check.
Yeah.
And then the 4 dogs inside, the 4 cats inside, and whatever, all that stuff. So I had to count all these things. And I would do that 3 times a night. So I did not sleep. I slowly worked my way out of the counting with a strategy that I actually read in a book that was some lady, I'm not sure where, but she had the fear that she was gonna burn her house down by complete accident, either by the kettle being on or the toaster or curling iron. So what she ended up doing actually was she would unplug all of her stuff and she would take the outlet, or not the outlet, sorry, like the little prongs that plug into the wall, and she would just hold them against her hand and press it in just so it left like that little indent. She would leave that little indent so when she was driving and she would think, oh no, I left something on, she'd look at her hand, she'd see the marks, and it wouldn't hurt her or anything, but that's how she knew it was fine.
Yeah, but that's not obviously a recommended thing to do. You should never put anything into your skin.
No, what I did to get past the counting was I would put my thumbnail into my finger, just like this, and you can see it leaves like just a little tiny mark like that. It doesn't hurt. It just leaves the indent and it stays there for like a minute. So especially now with Winnie and all that and all the animals that I had, I would know that if I had this little mark and I could feel it, that everything was good. If I never did this counting or anything, it would lead to me starting to panic with my breathing. I wouldn't be able to catch a breath. It'd be very like hyperventilating, like my heart starts beating out of my chest and I get dizzy. And I have to sit down and just like, I have to start shaking. It's not a good time. So yeah, and needless to say, with anxiety, it's always hard to have it completely under control, but there's always tricks and tips you can learn. And I'm still struggling with it now, but it doesn't rule my life as much as it does now. I know Jessii, she sees it all the time with me. I get up in bed, and if I can't hear Winnie breathing downstairs, I have to get up and check. And when I'm downstairs, even like it's at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll come downstairs, I'll see Winnie, and I'll yell up to Jessii to let her know she's fine, which probably Mandy and Luca don't appreciate, but
yeah, I mean, I think that almost is sort of like OCD too, which OCD and anxiety are very closely related. But I would say that if you have any like counting problems or being unsure like Ty was, a good idea, what I do is I'll take a picture of the item that I'm unsure about. Like if I'm worried before I leave to go to like the mall or like somewhere, and I'm worried that Winnie might have been left outside, I'll take a picture of her being inside and then I'll leave, because later on if I'm like, oh my gosh, I leave her outside, I'll look at my camera roll and I'll say, hey, at this time when I left, she was inside. So like there's things that you can do that can help you. I think photos are a really good idea, especially if you have OCD. But there's all kinds of different things that help people. And it's crazy how like everyone is so different personality wise. Like even my sister and I, my mom was just talking about this with me the other day, how we're so different. Like when I'm upset or anxious, I keep everything inside, but my sister is someone who won't feel better until she verbally talks about what's bothering her. So my sister's always been talking talkative with her problems, but I've always been internal about it. And my father is just like me, and my mom is like my sister. So it's like half of our family is like internal people, and half is like, we need to talk now and get this over with, you know what I mean? So everyone's so different. But yeah, this blanket that we got, it helps so many different types of mental disorders, and also issues like restless leg syndrome and insomnia, and just like the list can go on and on of what this can help. So all right, anyways guys, we're gonna get going now. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any advice for other people that are going through anxiety, OCD, anything, commenting down below what usually helps you is a great thing to do, because everyone can kind of look through all the comments and just find advice.
Yeah, it would probably help us too, because I'm open for as many things that I can think of that might potentially help. Because anxiety, OCD, any panic issues can ravage somebody's life. So anything that can help anybody can be a huge boon for them. So please comment. We'll be looking through all of them, and hundreds of people will be looking through as well, because this affects a lot more people than people think.
Yeah. The
more help we can put out there, the better.
But I love you guys so much, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and stay strong, and yeah, see you in our next vlog. Bye!
Okay, see you guys.